Hey there, so let's make this delicious 7 cup sweet. Now take about 1 whole cup of gram flour, that is besan, and start sieving it properly. Now sieving the flour prevents the formation of lumps. We don't want lumps in our sweet, right? So once you're done sieving, roast the gram flour for about few minutes. Now we needn't roast it like how we roast for making besan laddu. Now for that you'll need to roast it for a very long time. For this sweet it doesn't require that time. You can just roast it for about 3 to 4 minutes and you'll get that lovely fragrance and you can stop roasting it. Usually some don't even roast the flour and directly make the sweet, but then I prefer roasting it for a few minutes. It will give that lovely smell once you start roasting gram flour. It smells heavenly actually when it is combined with ghee. So once when you are done roasting, add about 1 whole cup of clarified butter, that is ghee. Since this sweet is called 7 cup sweet, we will be using about 7 cups of ingredients. We've already added 1 whole cup of gram flour, now the second cup of clarified butter. So then we have 5 more cups of ingredients to be used. So just for a minute or two you can roast gram flour in ghee. Now add about 1 cup of sugar. Actually this recipe calls for 3 cups of sugar, but then it will be very sweet and I don't think we'll like that taste. If it tastes too sweet, we won't be able to enjoy eating this much. So I substituted 1 cup of sugar with a cup of nut powder. Now nut powder, that will add beautiful fragrance as well as taste to our sweet. Now I am adding my second cup of sugar and mixing it. So this 7 cup sweet recipe, it usually calls for nothing much but adding ingredients and just mixing them together and make sure that the sweet comes together. That's pretty much it. It's actually an easy sweet to prepare. Even if you're a beginner, you can happily prepare it. Only thing required is the patience, and you need to really stand right in front of the pan and keep on mixing it. You cannot leave it even for a second because the chances of the mixture getting burnt are high in spite of using a non-stick pan. I'd still say better use non-stick pan because with other pans the chances of them getting easily burnt or getting stuck at the pan are higher. Now add a cup of coconut powder. I am using fresh coconut powder. You can even use desiccated coconut. So mix it together. Now this is the nut powder, the one I've substituted with the extra cup of sugar. This will add a lot of taste and crunch to our sweet. And 1 cup of milk. Keep mixing it. Like I told you, this recipe requires just adding one ingredient after another and just mixing it until the sweet comes together. That's pretty much it. Actually it is much easier to prepare compared to Mysore pak. There you will have to check the consistency of syrup and all. This doesn't require anything. You just need to add all the ingredients and mix it together. That's pretty much it. You'll just have to summon the energy to be able to mix it properly till the end of the recipe. Now that will give a lot of exercise to our hand, but still when you want to eat delicious sweets, we need to work a bit, isn't it? So keep on mixing it. The mixture has already thickened, right? We are done using all our 7 cups of ingredients. So other than adding cardamom powder, we have nothing much to do. So keep on mixing it. looks like the sweet has really come together. It's thickened. So let's check the consistency. It should be able to form a ball, but I don't think it attained that consistency yet. We still have to mix it for a longer time. It still has to be on stove for a longer time. It's almost there. Still we need to mix it for a longer time. When you take a part of the sweet, it should be able to form a ball. Then the sweet is said to be done. Now I added a teaspoon of cardamom powder. Let's see. This does look like it's done. Yes, see, this is how it is supposed to be. If the sweet's done, it should be able to form a ball sort of thing. So now we can see that the sweet is done. Now I took a tray, and actually it's a bread tray, and I lined it with butter paper so that it will make it easy for me to remove the sweet once it's cooled down. Be careful while you're doing this step because the mixture is pretty hot. It does look inviting, right? So you can use a glass or spoon or ladle or whatever is available and start smoothing it. It has to be cooled down for some time before you can cut it into pieces. I kept it aside for about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes, and then now it's almost cooled down, so we can actually cut it and make it into pieces. It does look inviting, right? It smelled heavenly when I prepared this in the kitchen. So yes, let's start cutting it. It's not completely done. It needs to harden up. But you know, once it becomes hard, it will be difficult for me to cut the pieces. So within 30 minutes of cooking, it's better to make the pieces. After few minutes or perhaps an hour, it will get hardened. But if you are in a rush, you can keep it in the fridge. I was in no rush, so I did not keep it in fridge. It took its own sweet time to harden. So this is how the sweet looks like. Believe me, it tasted extremely delicious, and it's worth all the trouble you're going for. And it's not really hard, and the ingredients are also easily available. It does not contain some exotic ingredients difficult to buy and something which is not available, but it tastes extremely delicious. Your kids would love it. Do give it a try. Thank you.